Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm doing another video. Now today I'm interviewing another amazing person from The Next Step. They were the exchange person from France who came to The Next Step. They had a romance with Heathcliff, they were their soloist for their team at internationals, and they were honestly just such an iconic character in the new season. So today Mackenzie will be joining me, who played Pascale on The Next Step.
Hey, I'm Mackenzie BARBEAU and I play Pascale on The Next Step Season 9.
Thank you so much for joining me, Mackenzie. So today we're going to be chatting about your time on The Next Step Season 9 and really finding out what your experience on the show was like. So to start off this interview, I want to take you right back to the start of your Next Step journey. So what was your audition process like for the show, and why did you decide to go on it?
Yeah, so when I got the email in my inbox, it was a no-brainer for me. I grew up watching the show like many of us cast members have. And so, yeah, I was just be able to tell my friends and family that I got the opportunity to audition for the show was a win in itself. I went to the audition and I saw the amount of talent, and I knew that they were only taking like 4 new A-troopers. So I wasn't necessarily counting myself out, but you know, I was more in it for the experience until they mentioned that they were actually looking for like French-speaking dancers for the rival team. So an alarm went off in my head. I was like, okay, let's push for that. I slated in French, hoping that they would kind of like, you know, push me in that direction, and I got a call back for the French team. I did that, and then I got a call back for the acting portion. I did that. I actually got paired with Sherry, who plays Adele in The Next Step. We did the acting portion together. I got another call back to do it in a French accent. That was a little tricky, but it was really fun. And then I guess a week later, I got a call from Amy Wright saying that I got the part. And I was in shock because I really wasn't expecting to get like the exchange student. I was kind of hoping that I would get like a small role on Team France, but to get the actual exchange student, to get to work with the cast and get my own little storyline was really cool.
Your audition process sounds like it was such an incredible journey, you know, all the different stages of it and then kind of ending up getting the role. That sounds amazing. Now, your first day on set must have been very exciting, very nerve-wracking, but what was that like, and was there anybody you initially bonded with?
Yeah, so technically our first day on set altogether was Whitewall Day, and that's when we really all bonded as a cast. I mean, we'd gotten to know each other during rehearsals, but Whitewall Day was really when we got to dance, which is what we do best, and get to know each other. And then I kind of had like a month-long break because I wasn't in the first block of episodes. So for my first official day on set, I was really nervous because everyone had been working for like a month, and I was kind of coming into it as a newbie again. But the casting crew was honestly like just the most welcoming people, so it was really easy to kind of just jump into it. And you know what, as someone who has never been on a set before and who has never had an acting job, my first day was like the best thing I could have asked for because I didn't have any lines. I was just dancing all day, and I really just got to see how the set worked, and I was in a couple of scenes in the background, so it was just like a nice way to ease my way into working.
Yeah, it sounds like a very relaxing first day, which sounds really, really good. And would you say like everybody was very kind of chatting to you and it was all a very kind of supportive experience like early on?
Oh my God, of course. Yeah, everyone was super friendly. I guess in terms of people I grew closest to, Sherry, who plays Adele, and Mila, who played Jet, are like my best friends in real life. We chat all the time, but I definitely became close with everyone on set. Big family.
That's amazing, and I've always heard the Next Step family's kind of all very close, so it's incredible to hear that. And you know, one person who you did a lot of scenes with on the Next Step was Heath, who's played by Carter. So what was it like working with Carter? Because obviously he'd been on quite a few seasons prior to season 9. Yeah,
oh my God, Carter was awesome. He was actually the first person that I met, I think, from the cast going into rehearsals, and just the most welcoming person, obviously an incredibly talented dancer, and just a great scene partner to have throughout the season on screen. And off screen, honestly, he was kind of like a big brother, which is funny, and that was kind of a joke on set, that especially when I had my dark hair, we kind of looked like related, so that was odd but a little funny. He was awesome.
It sounds like you two got on really, really well, which is amazing. And you know, at the end of season 9, we did kind of see Heath and Pascale's romance develop. So do you kind of ship them together? Because it was never kind of confirmed if they were together or not.
Yeah, I ship them. Why not? They're cute. They have their flirty moments. They seem, yeah, I do ship.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they would look really, really good together. And you got to be a part of a lot of dances on the show, very iconic ones as well. But if you could pick one dance that was your favourite one to be a part of on the Next Step season 9, which one would it be and why?
You know what? I'm going to go for the swan dance. In the show, it got a lower score. That's the storyline that came with it. But in reality, like, the choreography was so good. Isaac killed it with the choreography, and just the rehearsals with those big wings had some of my favorite moments, you know, behind the scenes. I mean, they were really heavy. Props to Carter for dancing with those, because I don't understand how he did it. So that was definitely a fun dance to do. And also, just quickly, the couch dance, which was the opening dance in, I think, episode 12, was really fun just because it was the first thing I ever shot. And it was my first time really working with the whole cast, just because, at least for me, that was rare to work with everybody. So that was fun as well.
Yeah, it sounds like that was a really, really good dance. Like, those two dances were very iconic for the season. And I have to say, I was disappointed with the score that the ballet routine got. It deserved a lot better than that.
I just agree with you. I think they deserved a little better.
Oh, 100%. So your character was very iconic. You know, it was really, really lovely to see an exchange dancer from France come on. But what was your favourite thing about Pascale's character? And is there anything that you can relate to with her?
Yeah, for sure. I think my favorite part about Pascale, honestly, was that she's kind of unbothered. She was there to dance, and she focused on dance. She was in her own little world. I mean, she had her little drama at the end, but she figured it out, and she stayed out of other people's business. So props to her. And we definitely are similar. I mean, I think the writers definitely kept me in mind as they wrote her throughout the season. We're both a little timid and you know, silly at first, but once you get to know us with time, we open up. And I also definitely relate to her process of kind of figuring out that sometimes things just aren't meant to be. I think she put in so much energy trying to earn her team's forgiveness when they really wouldn't give her the time of day. Instead, she could have just, you know, focused on learning about Canada, grab a beaver tail, go to the CN Tower. I mean, you know, try different things instead of dwelling on, you know, other things.
Yeah, I mean, Pascale's character, your character, was such a good one. And I kind of agree. I love how Pascale kind of overcame things towards the end of the season. That was really, really good. And another thing that happened towards the end of the season was that your character was offered the chance to be the international soloist for France's team. So what was it like performing that solo? It must have been incredible.
Oh, it was so much fun. The way they transformed the set was just incredible. It felt so cool to dance on the set transformed. When I got the call that I was doing the solo, I was so excited because I knew I was going to get to work with Caitlin Page, who was the choreographer for Team France. She's absolutely incredible. And just the costume and everything, you know, came together quite nicely. Even the storyline revolving around the solo with the ultimatum or whatever we call it was really cool. So yeah, really fun. At the end of innocence, with so much hunger in our heart.
It was a really, really good solo, and I think it caught a lot of people kind of surprised because Pascale was kind of pushed as a ballet dancer in season 9, and then all of a sudden she came up with this incredible different style of dance. So was it kind of fun to try out different styles and different ways of moving?
It was so much fun. I mean, the solo that I did was more so my style. I love ballet, but it's not my primary style of dance. So to get to do something a little more in my comfort zone was obviously really fun. And yeah, it definitely got to show viewers a different side of her.
That's amazing, and it just looked like such an incredible solo. You worked with a lot of people during your time on The Next Step, and you've kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but who is your favourite cast member to work with and why?
Well, honestly, I only really got to work with Carter one-on-one, and he was awesome, as I mentioned. I worked with Renee a little bit in one episode, and she's so funny. She's so kind as well. And other than that, just working with everybody as a whole was really cool. Everyone came to set prepared and ready to play. I will say in one episode, I think they were all fighting about dance captain or something, and I was in the back, and watching Ben, who plays Pete, work was so funny. He came up with things on the spot that were hilarious, and I kept chuckling in the back, so he was great to work with.
It sounds like there were so many different people who were great to work with, and just sounds like such a fun experience. Now, as well as dances, you were a part of a lot of iconic scenes in The Next Step season 9. You know, we had the whole Maria kind of blackmailing your character in some ways, and Camille as well. So what would you say was your favourite scene to be a part of on the show, and why?
Favorite scene? Ooh, I think, honestly, any of the scenes in the last episodes where we got to work with The Next Step and Team France. Team France brought such an infectious energy to the set. Honestly, they were some of the best people that I've ever met. So any of the scenes where we all got to work, whoa, voice crack, all got to work as a big cast, everyone together, was really fun. I also really liked Pascale's first scene where she came in with the suitcases and ate the burger, and we had a lot of fun improv moments in that scene, so that was fun.
Yeah, all those scenes were so good to watch, and I completely agree. Having Team Francing brought such a different energy to the show, and it was really, really good to see. I mean, the first time we were kind of introduced to Team France was the party episode, and we got to kind of see everybody dress up and go to like a prom sort of thing. So what was filming that episode like?
The party episode was definitely my favorite to film. Again, the big cast, so much fun, and selfishly, I loved being able to wear my hair down. I know it's a little detail, but the braids were fun, but I loved having my hair down. I had extensions in, I felt all cool. Everyone looked great in the episode. The wardrobe department killed it. I loved my dress. And each storyline attached to that episode was really cool to watch unfold. And Romeo, who directed that episode, was just incredible to work with.
It was such a good episode, and it was amazing to see, like you said, everybody in different outfits and different styles, and Pascale's outfit, like you said, was just incredible, and I think it really suited you and the character, which was really good. And I've got to quickly ask, your accent on the show, I mean, was that hard to do? Because I wasn't sure whether, when we were going to do this interview, whether you would genuinely have a French accent. It was really, really good.
Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. I was really nervous about it. It was hard. I am French, so some of the R's are usually hard, but I was able to pick up on it quickly because it is my first language. I really just watched YouTube videos, and there was a dialect coach on set that would help me out sometimes. Honestly, I think the hardest part about the accent was the H's, and a joke on set was that the word I said the most throughout the season was Heath, and he starts with an H. It kept it kept sounding like I said eat the whole time. I don't know, that was really funny, but the accent was cool to do.
Yeah, your accent was so good, and it must have been really fun to kind of play around with it and kind of see what you could come up with. And you spoke about this a little bit earlier on, kind of some behind the scenes moments, but have you got any kind of memories or behind the scenes moments you would like to share from your time on The Next Step? This is kind of your chance to kind of tell any stories you'd like to tell.
Yeah, oh my god, so many fun memories. I will say there was a goat on set this season. I think everyone saw the goat. We didn't know what it was for at the time, and me and Kate Roman rapped at noon that day, and we heard that there was a goat coming in, and at 5-6 o'clock, and we waited all day on set just to see the goat. It was the cutest thing ever. So that's a funny story. And also, I have to mention that the naps that you can take on the set are the best naps I've ever taken in my life. I don't nap, I'm not a nap person, but there was this green room, curtains were closed, there was this one specific couch. As soon as you laid on it, you fell asleep, and I had ADs having to come and wake me up for makeup or blocking multiple times because I just knocked right out. So the naps were pretty good.
Oh, that's good. They kind of gave everybody the space to nap. I mean, I think that's very important, because I've heard there's some early starts on The Next Step. Is that true?
Very early, yeah. I would, especially if you have to commute, I would get up at 4 sometimes just to get to set on time.
Well, that's incredible, but I'm sure it was very much worth it. Now, Mackenzie, it has been so fun chatting to you about your time on The Next Step and kind of what went into your character of Pascale. So thank you for taking the time to come and chat to me. It's been amazing.
Thank you for having me. I've had so much fun.
Oh, you're most welcome. And also thank you to everyone who watched this video. I hope you enjoyed the interview, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye, guys.